It's time for the absolutely... I'm on my way! Completely! I'm almost there! Random! Why are there so many stairs? Podcast! Oh, jeez! With Andrew Rhodes.
Hello, everybody, and welcome back to another episode of the Absolutely Completely Random Podcast for Saturday, October 1st, 2022. I'm your host, Andrew Rhodes, here on the Web Designer 18 YouTube channel. And what am I talking about this week? How about the fact that Google has taken its god-awful gaming cloud system out back and shot it like old Yeller? Yeah, that's right, Google's killed Stadia, and it didn't even bother to tell the employees. The employees and the developers were just as shocked as everybody else, so that's a huge development here. Holy shit, that's massively huge. Hoo boy. McDonald's is doing something that I never thought I would see happen. They are offering an adult Happy Meal. So my guess is it's going to be a full-ass burger, a full large fry, and a beer. It's like when you think adult Happy Meal, you're thinking adult Happy Hour. At least that's what came to my mind. Ever wonder how Pokemon cards are actually made? Well, hey, guess what? There's a video that you have to be privileged to see, unfortunately. I'm not privileged either, so don't worry about it. At least, I'm not privileged either, but you can actually see. There's a video that explains how this is all made, and there's an article now about it that I'm going to be talking about. And, of course, Ubisoft. I just needed something to round out the week, and by God, they finally done it. Their big 2022 pirate blockbuster is not coming out yet. It's delayed again. That's not good there, me hearties. Yar har fiddly we screwed, huh? Oh, this is, this is gonna be painful upon painful. But all that and more this week on the Absolutely Completely Random Podcast as I continue my epic battle with the flies. Fucking Lord of the Flies in here. I don't know where the hell they came from, but yes, I have flies. But while I battle the flies and do the podcast and everything else, let's talk about this. You know the song and dance, I'm sure you do. ARHOADS-2012 on eBay. Come check me out. I've got a wide variety of stuff. Trading cards, DVDs, anime stuff. Please come check it out because a lot of that stuff's now going to be having to go, and I'll explain why. Or at least the possibility of really having to go, and I will explain why. I also have an Etsy shop, Simple Design by Andrew, where I have basically digital downloads you can get. I have some wall art, two things of wall art. I have two things of wall art. I have birthday cards, invites, wedding invitations. Wedding invitations you can customize in Canva. That's right, you can edit your own wedding invitation. I'm basically giving you the template, and you can do with it what you please. Well, to a point. There's some things you can't change on it, but either way, it's still cool. But yes, there is all of that available. All of that and more available on my Etsy shop. I have 25 items up there right now. All of them have a stock of $999, so please don't hesitate. Come check it out. Right now, there is a 20% off sale going on for the entire shop. That's right, the entire shop has a 20% off sale going on right now, so go check that out. And if that's not good enough for you, if that's not good enough for you, because it probably isn't, you can also check me out over on Twitter at OtakuRhodes. You can also check out the official Web Designer 18 Facebook page. Check out the Simple Design by Andrew Facebook page. And don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and ring that notification bell right here on the YouTube channel so you can be made aware of when new things happen, when stuff happens, and when life events just basically screw me in the ass. Because, you know, stuff happens. You don't want to miss it. Ring the bell. Alright, so, Andrew, how's your week go? First off, I want to take a little break here for a second for how my week went. I want to give a little shout out to a YouTuber that is really going through some stuff as I continue my fight with the flies. I don't know where these flies came from. That has been the one thing I have been fighting with this week. If you remember my Q&A video, I was fighting with them. There was 3 of them. I got one of them shortly after I finished recording the Q&A video, and I still have 2 more yet that are escaping my grasp, but they are pissing me off. That is for fucking sure. Anyway, for those of you out there that don't know or haven't followed his channel, there's a really cool YouTuber by the name of Madrybread. He does a lot of those Pokemon challenges, also does like some Elder Scroll challenges and stuff like that. And he's been having some really bad medical issues lately, like to the point where he can't even work anymore. Like he can't do any of the stuff for his channel. He can't do any of the, challenge videos that he wants to do. He can't even literally sit there and work at his computer because it just gets too hard for him. If you follow him, first off, go subscribe to him because then you can get the up-to-date community tab posts that he puts up detailing it. You can also follow him over on Twitter at Madrybread. He's really cool. Like I said, I just want to give him a shout out. I really do, because he's really going through a lot, and it's helping him out. He's getting a lot of support through Patreon. It really is helping him out. Hence why I didn't pitch mine this week. Mostly, and also because I forgot, but it doesn't make a difference. But yeah, he's having a lot of health issues right now. The medical tests keep coming back inconclusive at this point, or they're not getting the test back quickly enough. So please go give him some love and support. He could really need it right now, I think. But yeah, so I want to give him a shout out. So hopefully that helps. I mean, the 12 people that listen to my podcast this far in, maybe it'll help. I don't know. But yeah, so how'd my week go? So last Saturday we buried my uncle. It was his funeral. I want to start off this by going like this. That was the most weirdest funeral I've ever been to in my life. So my uncle was in a lot of groups, and they all came out to bid their fond farewell, to do their little, funeral thing, and it was touching. Of course, we get cell phones going off. And I was so tempted after, I counted 7. I counted 7 cell phone rings. I was so tempted to pull out my phone and use up some of my data, because I don't use the data on my phone. I try not to. I was so tempted, so damn tempted, to pull it up and go and find Highway to Hell. I was so tempted to do that because it was just perfect timing that the phones keep going off and we keep hearing ringtones. I was so tempted to literally pull my phone out, go onto YouTube quick, lower the volume down a bit, find Highway to Hell, and then all of a sudden when it goes I'm on the Highway to Hell part, really turn my volume up and go, boom, right there you go. I cannot tell you how tempted I was to do that. I can't tell you how tempted I was. The one that presided over the service, I even said to my aunt, my mom and I were looking at him, it's like, this is a discount Tim Robbins. We saw him walk in, we're like, okay, where's Morgan Freeman? And I even told her, because out at the cemetery then, he gave the final part of his deal, and I told my aunt, I'm like, you cannot believe how difficult it was for me to hold myself after he was done talking to go up to him and say, so, how difficult was it crawling through that pipe of shit in Shawshank? I was so I cannot tell you, I was so tempted to do that. I was so tempted to go walk up to him and go, I have a question I've got to ask you. How did it feel crawling through that river of shit in Shawshank? And I can just hear him go, huh? Well, you're Tim Robbins, right? You look just like him. But my aunt even agreed. But yeah, so that was Saturday. And Saturday, I think, was the foreshadowing then of things to come. So Saturday, my mom and I were at the, luncheon afterwards, more like a afternoon snack, because till we got everything done, it was almost 2:30, 3 o'clock. And Jesus Christ, that was late. But we go back, we're having this little luncheon, and my mom and I are just at our wits' end. My one aunt wanted some of her stuff back that we were holding for, because she couldn't take it with her when she was up for my grandfather's funeral. And it's like, okay, that's fine. It's like, okay, that's fine. Well, I'll hold it for you. I'll hold on to it for you. And that pissed off, apparently, my one uncle when he found out about this. So Monday afternoon comes. Now Monday morning was great. Monday morning was a good day. I want to say that, and then it immediately, right to hell. So Monday afternoon, my mom gets a phone call from my one uncle, and first off, she didn't answer her phone right away. Well, she had it in her room. I heard it going off, and as she walked in, got it, and she goes, it's your uncle," and then she calls him back, and no sooner does she call him back, he just berates and lays into her, and I mean, doesn't even do it in a subtle, nice way. He just literally just lays into her. Gets on our butts about this, and this, about how my aunt, who's now in charge of all this crap that my uncle was in charge in that passed away, she needs this. She needs it now. And he's laying into us about it, that we didn't give her the papers right away, that we didn't do this, and this. He goes, "I don't know what the hell you guys are smoking." He goes, "But you guys, blah, blah, blah." And that was literally Monday. I call my aunt up. I give her an earful, which will probably come back to bite me in the ass. I know it, but I was pissed. I was pissed off, royally pissed. So, yeah, that was Monday. I told her on Monday that all the papers we have, I will send you via certified mail. And I did. First thing Tuesday morning, I went down to the post office. I sent them out certified mail. And now it's been radio silence. She tried calling us on the phone, would have been Wednesday. So that was fun. We didn't answer because after Monday's little incident and issue, a friend of mine that I've been talking to about this entire ordeal, who knows somewhat about the law, goes, all communication from now on with her should be through email. That way you have a record of everything said. Beyond a doubt. That way they can't come back, and that way she can't come back and say, "I never said that," and we have it. So we are having some massive family issues right now, which is not helping things. Especially with I'm still looking for a job, because now my mom and I are afraid that we're going to end up being homeless by the end of the month. We have a meeting on Tuesday with an attorney to discuss, it's like a consultation, basically. And we're going to go to discuss to see what we have to do to get the property signed over to us so that we at least have a roof over our heads. The sad thing is, we're probably not going to get it. I'm holding out a small sliver of hope at this point, but I don't have much of that left. My pity well and my hope well bottomed out years ago. There's like small little speckles that are left down there in the well, all the way down at the bottom. They look like nice shiny stones. They're about maybe the size of a small pebble you'd find on the side of a road. That's it. That's about all the more hope I'm holding on to anymore. So, there is a good chance that my mom and I will probably end up being homeless by the end of the month. So, yay! That's so great to fucking look forward to. I've already taken care of getting rid of some of my belongings. My one buddy's got my movies, and I kind of forewarned him about the update, because he goes, "Well, I'll hold on to them for you till everything blows the fuck over." Well, I don't see it blowing over now anymore. I kind of see the ship capsizing and sinking down to the fucking bottom of the ocean. So, this is not going to go well. I don't see this ending well. And we're not the only ones that got screwed. My aunt got screwed over with my uncle's passing, because he left her with a shit ton of stuff. So we're not the only ones that got fudged over here. But yeah, that has been my week. 100% that has been my week. I have provided, if things go well, on Tuesday. I do have a job interview scheduled Wednesday morning. I say if things go well, because we figure it this way. If we're not going to have a roof over our heads and we're going to be living out of the car, there's no point in me even trying to find a job then. Because I'm not going to have a permanent residence. I'm not going to have a permanent... There's not going to be any way for them to get a hold of me. There's not going to be any way for them to deliver mail if I have to get mail or something. We're screwed. We are just 100% screwed. And we've come to this realization. At least I have. I think my mom's still holding out a bit of hope. I have that little speckle of it, but deep down in the back of my mind, I'm like, I have not been sleeping well because of it. So I did put that down when I said about the next Q&A video that, hey, there may not be one, and that's why. Because there's a good chance that I'm not going to have a place to live anymore. And most of my belongings will be gone. So there is that. But hey, you know what? It's my problem. I did have a GoFundMe. I still have it, but it's not going to get anywhere. I know that already. That's worthless as all hell. I'm just 6 ways from screwed, and it's all because I left where I was working at for 5.5 years. So I should have never left them. I should have never left where I was working at for 5.5 years. That's what screwed me over. The minute I left there, everything went to pot. Because I had that full-time job for 3 weeks, and then I was let go. And now I've been screwed ever since. So that is the downside of this. I'm fucked. I'm screwed. And I honestly have nobody to blame but myself in this one. So, and the sad part is I'm taking my mom down with me. So that makes me feel even better. Really glad I don't have a wife and kids, because that would really hurt. I feel like that would be even worse, but yeah. So that has officially been my week. So in case you're wondering, I will give updates. That is the thing. I will give updates if I can for the stuff that's going on. I'm not just gonna leave everybody hanging and go, oh well, we don't know how he's doing. Is he okay or something like that. I will try my best to give updates. To the best of my ability, I will give updates. But I cannot make any promises. I cannot say, hey, yeah, we're going to be fine, or something like this is going to happen. No. I can't make any promises like that anymore, because I don't even know what's happening anymore. So there is that. But I just wanted to let everybody know. So that's how my week went. So let's get into the podcast and let's do this, shall we? So Google has killed Stadia. They've just taken it out back and shot their piss-poor abomination of a cloud gaming service straight in the head, old Yeller style. They are shutting it down. The storefront is just a few years after it launched, and they are refunding everyone. So this is honestly just massive. It's going to be shut down officially on January 18th of this coming year. The company announced that all purchases will be refunded, and the technology will still be used for YouTube and other parts of its business, but the consumer-facing app and storefront are done. Yeah, so it's done. It's just joining the graveyard of other projects that Google has abandoned over the years. That Google's like, no, we're done with this shit. We're done with this BS. Fuck this crap to hell. We're done. They are just, they're chucking it to the trash. Stadia's approach to streaming games for consumers was built on a strong technology foundation, but it just hasn't gained the traction with the users that they were hoping for. At least that's what the Stadia VP Phil Harrison wrote on a blog post. They're grateful to the dedicated Stadia players. I'm guessing all 12 of you. I don't remember there being more than 12. I don't think it got high into the double digits. I think it was like a low double digit number. It's like all 12 of you. Really fond of that. Yeah, but players have been with them from the start. They're going to be refunding all the Stadia hardware purchases made through the Google Store, and all games and add-on content purchases made through the Stadia Store. Players will still have access to that shit for a while until everything gets shuttered, which, you know the song and dance by now. I'm sure you do. Through January 18th, they can complete the final play sessions. So, there you go. This goes on to say, though, that Google should have known this was a dead horse the minute they came to the barn with it. It's almost like they're that naive farmer that thinks that they were like raised in the big city, and they think, I can do this. I can farm. I'm a farmer. I'm a farmer. It's in my blood. I can farm. And they just go to, like, the local market. They go to the local, you know, like, auctions. And they're buying, like, the cheapest of the cheap shit they can buy. And I mean the cheapest of the cheap. Okay? I mean, like, dead-ass cheap shit. So they're buying that stuff. And then they're just going back to their barn and finding out that, well, the horse I bought for $50 is dead. I was wondering why it wasn't moving. They just said it was sleeping, but I don't remember horses ever sleeping on their side like this, let alone with no eyeballs. Okay, I got hosed on the horse, but I got a decent cow over here, though. Bark. Oh, god damn it, they sold me a dog in a cow costume, son of a bitch! That cost me $400! That's what I feel like this is. But yeah, so the gaming industry veteran, though, that explaining this, went on to say that refunds are expected to be completed by mid-January. Note that while Stadia is dying, the tech behind it is still going to be available to industry partners for joint ventures. Like AT&T's recent attempt to bring Batman Arkham Knight to smartphones via streaming. Good luck with that. Signs that Google is ready to bail on this project and flee the sinking ship with the other rats has been there for a while now. But one of the more eyebrow-raising was when Ubisoft announced Assassin's Creed Mirage would come to Amazon's Luna service, but not Stadia. The first game in the blockbuster to do so. That was like the nail in the coffin. They were fucking done. The article keeps going on. Google talked about the massive game back when Stadia was first unveiled at the Game Developers Conference, or GDC, in 2019. But it was clear by the time the service launched later that year that it was not yet ready for prime time. This is that thing that you would see on basic cable that's like... This is that show on basic cable where they teach you about ABC and 1, 2, 3, and they have a little sock puppet. And they're trying to compete with Sesame Street. So it's like, you know what's not going to compete with Sesame Street is this little sock puppet that sings ABC 1, 2, 3. That's not happening. You ain't beating Sesame Street with a sock puppet. That's what this felt like. I'm sorry. I get a kick out of this. I'm sorry. The tech was impressive, but promised features were missing at the launch library. It wasn't very impressive. Stadia did continue to add new games. Most, though, had to be purchased basically a la carte, making it a steep investment for the casual audience it was aimed at. Then Xbox Game Pass came. They married a huge library with a single monthly fee. Stadia, meanwhile, was just like... You hear the crickets? That's what they were fucking doing. They were struggling to get the big games on its platform, spending tens of millions to attract titles like Red Dead Redemption 2, and of course, we all know how well that went. It sucks. Wholeheartedly does it suck. Yeah, but this just, this is horrible. Of course, though, none of this to say that Stadia was doomed from the start. Google's track record and Stadia's own past call into question whether it was ever gonna be good. Probably not. I think we all poked fun at it. I kind of remember poking fun of it. But let's put it this way. At least they did not pull a Quibi. Okay? This lasted for at least 5 years. They did not pull a Quibi. This at least had half a decade to try. So... they didn't pull a Quibi. That is the best thing we could take from this. Otherwise, yeah, it sucked. But this isn't the only issue, though, with this. So while Google's decided that they're finally just going to take the shotgun out back to Old Yeller and shoot it right in the fucking head, they didn't bother telling the game developers or the fucking employees at Stadia that they were doing this. Because they were blindsided by this. It's like, wait, you're what? Yeah, we're shuttering this bitch. We're fucking done. That is like owning a multi-billion-dollar company, waking up one morning going, fuck this, going into work, and all the employees who love you, they bow to you. They kiss the ground you walk upon. You call them all in for a meeting and you say, hey, I'm shuttering the company. But what? Yep. No notice. You're all fired. Fuck all yous. I'm done. company's closing. I'm shutting the doors. End of the day, you're all unemployed. Kiss off. First off, you'd have lawsuits out the ass. So I hope Google's lawyers are ready for that, because they're gonna have lawsuits out the ass on this. That's the saddest part of this. They're gonna have lawsuits out the ass. But few thought that Google's troubled streaming service Stadia might ever become a dominant player. Yeah, it was never going to. But no one expected it to shut down so abruptly, including the company's own employees. Of course, Stadia VP Phil Harrison, fast becoming the Grim Reaper of new gaming initiatives. Hey, maybe he should go work for a television amigo. For the television amigo, he can finally be the Grim Reaper that puts the touch of death onto that thing. Hey, there's your next job employment. Go work for those fucks. He doesn't even have to do anything. Just go touch the prototype and it'll die. And all of it'll die. That'll be the end of it. You have the touch of death. You're the Grim Reaper. I have the touch of death. Okay, well, that's it. It's done. Hey, Google's gonna launch this brand new hoverboard. Ooh, let me take a look. I was the VP of the Stadia project. Touch. Well, there goes the hoverboard. Google's not making that now. Google's innovated this next AI bot that can drive your car for you, and you don't have to lift a finger. Hey, let me give it a shot. Touch the steering wheel, and the car, the future is dead. You are the fucking Grim Reaper. I agree with that. He informed the staff of the news around the same time that everyone else was learning about it from the public blog post. Now, first off, you don't ever not tell the employees first. You tell the employees first. Most of the employees are under a non-disclosure agreement, or an ND-fucking-A, for God's sake. They cannot tell shit until you make it public. Then an hour later, you make it public. You keep them in there for an hour. You have all the employees in for a meeting. And you keep them talking for an hour. The moment that you end that meeting, boom, that's when it goes public. So then they don't even have a chance to tweet out and go, oh my God, we're all fired, Stadia's done, oh my God, we're all screwed. No, because you already blocked that. But, oh yeah, that's just horrible. Work they had been doing up until that very moment suddenly became irrelevant. Developers were in the middle of porting their games to Stadia, still have no idea what's going to be happening next. They're basically like, so all the work we just put into this to make this, you just decided to just kill your goddamn service. You don't want to tell us, and we're wasting. Again, lawsuits out the ass. I hope Google's lawyers are ready for some overtime. They're gonna be getting overtime from Google on this one. I would be charging them by the minute, not by the hour, because they're gonna get some fucking overtime with this. It's going to be a huge payday for those lawyers. Tangle Tower was due to launch on Stadia in 2 days' time. And this article was the first that they had heard about it shutting down. Tom Van, one of the Snipper Clips Studios SFB Games, tweeted out. Other developers felt similarly sucker punched. Boom! They do have a title coming out November 1st, replied Rebecca Heineman. Now we hear about this. Like, well, hey, our thing was coming out in November. What the hell? Nope, it's done. We're fucked. Screw this. Yeah. Studios have partner managers at Stadia to help with the process of porting games, getting them certified, and all the other stuff that might come up during the collaborations. Because, you know, there's always that one little wrinkle, that one monkey wrench in the whole thing that can fuck over the entire thing. Many had spoken to their counterparts as recently as this week, and there was no hint that anything was awry. It's like, well, no, everything's still good as far as we know. Yeah, go for it. Yeah, we're still on track. They signed the deal and had been working towards the release on Stadia Pro for Arctic Awakening in 2023. Goldfire Studio founder James Simpson told Kotaku, quote, "We just had communications with our partner manager earlier in the week, going through some next steps. There was no indication that anything was changing." And yeah, I believe that. And now, boom, here you go. They're done. Publisher No More Robots was in a similar situation. They have games on there called Heist Simulator, which was due to come out of early access in 2023, so their recent development for the Stadia has now been obviously pointless. Which, again, like I said, lawsuits out the ass! Google's lawyers are going to be working overtime on this. Google is going to take a massive hit on this in the stocks. If anything, they're going to take a hit. This is gonna hurt them more than they think. But yeah, this is just horrific. They were due to also release a soccer story on Stadia in November, and that has money attached to it that were meant to receive. So in other words, they didn't even get paid yet. It could be that they're still going to see that, but given that they literally can't release on Stadia anymore, they're not holding their breath, which in that case, lawsuit, because you had a contract that said you would be receiving funds for this, the game is developed, and then all of a sudden they pull the plug, you're still entitled to that, unfortunately. So they're screwed. Holy shit, this is, like I said, this is a massive issue. One reason developers probably received no indication that they would stop working on Stadia projects was that even many employees at Stadia had no fucking clue what was coming. This was basically like, one day you wake up and then all of a sudden the Fire Nation attacks and everybody's dead. You had no clue what was happening. All of a sudden you woke up one morning, you came to work, you're like, hi Bob, hi Todd, hi Janet, hi Bob. You go back to your desk and you're sitting there, you're all comfy, you're like, I love my job. This is great. I mean, sure, Stadia is sucking and people are complaining, but we're fixing it as best as we can. And then just like that, here comes the bad news. Hey, attention employees, I love all of you. I love you all. We're shuttering Stadia. What? Yep, effective immediately. No more projects you're going to be working on. January 18th, we're done. You're all fired. Moving on to other projects. We'll shift you around to other parts of the department, other sections of Google, but we're fucked. Screw this thing. We're done. This is an experiment. We shouldn't have even tried this. We're done. Have a nice day, folks. Hey, and I know how it feels to get blindsided with unemployment. So trust me. In this case, I feel for the employees a whole hell of a lot. I feel for them. I really do. But oh my god, this hurts, and I feel for him. So, shortly after the public announcement, someone claiming to be a Google employee shared a screenshot on Reddit of a meeting invite from Harrison. They'll be having a Stadia team meeting today, September 28th at 8:30 a.m. Pacific time, to share some important updates with everyone. It began. The important updates turned out to be that Google was killing Stadia by the beginning of next year. According to two current employees who wish to remain anonymous because they were not authorized to speak to the press about company business, I would want to be kept quiet too. I'll tell you, but you keep me anonymous. That way they don't know who the hell I am. It could be Jill in accounting, or it could be, creepy Todd in the basement. Who the fuck knows? Yeah, but it's a weird experience starting your workday and realizing the feature you've been working on for 6+ months and we're launching soon is no longer relevant. Google engineer Pete Elst tweeted out, if nothing else, it does put things in perspective onwards and upwards. And like I said, I understand what it means to have suddenly, there goes your job. It happened to me back in June. I went to work Tuesday morning, nothing seemed out of the ordinary, and an hour into my day, I get called into the office manager's office, and I'm just let go. I'm unemployed by 10:15, 10:18 in the morning. I'm unemployed. So I know how it feels. Believe me, I know how it feels. It sucks. The abrupt and sloppy nature of the decision rollout recalls the way Google shut down its Stadia first-party game studio early in 2021. 1 week, Harrison was praising the work of multiple teams as they waited to move their next projects from the concept phase into production. The next, he was shutting it all down, blaming the move in part on Microsoft's acquisition of Bethesda. Yeah, we remember that. This time around, though, the decision seems to be part of the Google's company-wide belt-tightening amidst the massive turndown in the tech world's financial fortunes. Yeah, I believe that. Hiring and contracts were frozen earlier this year, and last week CEO Sundar Pichai told staff not to equate fun with money, as he defended slashing certain employee perks despite billions in profits. Okay, you're making billions in profits. I would just tone down the perks, not slash them. But then again, corporations usually care about the golden parachutes for the CEOs and executives, and the peasants that toil in the mines, well, you're lucky if you're going to have enough left to buy yourself a nice lunch when we're done. Yeah. Horrifying. One casualty, though, of this new attitude was the Pixelbook Laptop. The Verge reported was planned to continue as recently as a few months ago. Now Google's ambitious foray into gaming appears to be another. But yeah, they knew Stadia was on the chopping board, but they still had hopes that it was much investment. It was cheaper to just keep it going, but nope. Nope, in this case, it was just easier to take it out back and shoot it like Old Yeller. They said they had to put Yeller down. Nope, wasn't fun. Now even some of the company's biggest partners in the gaming world are scrambling to figure out what to do next. Destiny 2 is going to be one of Stadia's first big gets, or was one of their first big gets. Bungie was making a big push to bring streaming players onto the fold of its sprawling space MMO. Even the famed Halo creator was apparently unprepared for the news. They just learned about Stadia shutting down, and they began conversations about next steps for their players. Bungie posted on a support forum yesterday, and it did not respond to requests and from the people at Kotaku for the articles. This still sucks. I'm not going to lie. Some of the studio's own developers also took to Twitter to talk about how helpful the burgeoning streaming platform have been for keeping the games continually updated, especially during COVID. It's funny. Most of the world views Stadia as the gimmick that nobody bothered with. But hundreds of us use it every day at Bungie as part of our internal playtesting workflow. So it does work for some aspects, but Google's just like, no, fuck it, we're done. No, we're done. We're done. Fuck this shit. Fuck it to hell. We're done. But yeah, so like Destiny 2 and other games on Stadia will continue to be playable through the shutdown date on January 18th. There are more concurrent Destiny players on Stadia than Halo Infinite players on Steam, but not every game seamlessly transfers players' save data from one platform to another, like Bungie's MMO. Red Dead Redemption 2 and Cyberpunk 2077 players have already started begging the makers of those games, Rockstar and CD Projekt Red, to help them transfer their save files to PC or console, which I guarantee you now they will probably be expediting that, because they're going to want to, those are potential players that they're not going to want to piss off, and that's potential money that they can get from DLCs and shit. I guarantee you they're going to go, well, all right, we have an emergency here. Okay, we need 18 programmers. All right, we got you guys. We got a team together. All right, you 18, this is what you're going to do. You're going to figure out a way to get the save data from the Stadia players and transfer it onto PC and consoles. Because Google just fucked everybody in the ass, and we want to save these people as best we can. At least that's an idea. Whether or not they're going to do it, who the hell knows, but I would. I would, because that's money that you'd be throwing away. Both games were key selling points for Stadia, and Bloomberg previously reported that Google shelled out tens of millions to secure those and other big blockbusters, the purchases of which will now be refunded to all players. Way to go. And there's more to this, but honestly, it's just song and dance at this point. They did not tell anybody what was going on. A lot of the people are pissed off. This is just horrifyingly stupid. Google, first off, they should, if they knew first off that this was never going to work, and the writing started being on the wall, they should have slowly started phasing it out to the point that nobody wanted to touch it anymore. Okay, that should have been what they should have done. Or better yet, team up with like Nintendo or Sony or Microsoft, all three of them, and go, look, we're at the point in the world now where everybody can connect. You're having games where you can play on a PS4 and somebody else can play on an Xbox, and they can play the same game and the same map as everybody else. Why not allow us to have that too? That way, look, let's say you can't afford, like me, let's say, because this would be the option for the poor people. Let's say I can't afford a goddamn PS5, which I can't, or an Xbox Series X or whatever the fuck it's called. I can't afford either of those. I don't have the money to shell that out. Not to mention I don't have the internet connection to cover the download. Here's Google. Well, our Stadia. You can have those games too and play with all your friends, and it's not going to cost you an arm and a leg. You still have to buy the game, but the download file will be smaller because you're going to be pulling it right off of our server to play it. So basically, you're getting like a link, and then that'll connect you onto the server, and then you can play it that way. Your save data is saved to your account. Why didn't they go that route? If they knew this was going to die, if they knew this was a dead horse in the fucking race, why didn't they try to find a way to make it... Why didn't they weekend at Bernie's this bitch? Is what I'm trying to say. You know, at least give it the illusion that they're trying. Give it the illusion that, hey, you know, maybe we can fix this. Maybe we can get this going. Maybe, just maybe, we can make everything better again. Nothing. You basically St. Elsewhere this bitch, and they could have just weekend at Bernie's this. They seriously could have just pulled a weekend at Bernie's and been done with it. No. Fucked it over. With Stadia now shutting down, it's unclear what Harrison's future at Google will be. My guess is the unemployment line. Because you do realize this is going to cost Google a shit ton of money more than they think it's going to. Because you have breach of contracts. You have employees that were not given proper notice that they were fired or let go. You're like, oh, well, we gave them plenty of time. We told them that they're going to be, things done on the 18th. That doesn't mean that you need all the employees. You could easily just say, well, after like 10 days, okay, well, we can cut 35 employees now. No, they're gone. Oh, hey, look, another 5 days. Hey, we can cut another 30 employees. You're not getting the concept here. You have opened yourselves up to... your lawyers are going to be working overtime. That's where I'm going with that. They're going to be working massively overtime. One employee talked to, they hope that if he does go, he's not the only one to leave. It's like, I don't want to stay under the same leadership, they said. I think they must be accountable for their mistakes. Yeah, tar and feather their ass. I know, I agree. Tar and feather their ass. I agree with that. I agree wholeheartedly with that. Tar and feather their ass. Tar and feather their ass. There you go. Tar and feather them. No argument here. I'm all for it. Tar and feather their ass. I'm all for it. But at this point, you are screwed. Every single way you can imagine, you are screwed. I'm sorry, but you're screwed. Completely and wholeheartedly, you are effed in the A. There is no way you're getting out of this whatsoever without... You're not getting out of this unscathed. And you know it. I think Google's aware of that now, too. They're not getting out of this. They have lost this one. They just... Oh... I can't believe it. Yeah, so that's it for Stadia. It's done. Stadia is done. And all those employees are pissed. And I don't blame a one of them. Come with me on a journey back to when you were a kid. And your family took you to McDonald's. The Golden Arches. The giant fucking M that you could see down the highway. And then there's the off-ramp. And you wanted to go there. You're like, what is this magical place? And it smelled so wonderful, and the food tasted so good, and they ordered you a Happy Meal. And that Happy Meal had a drink, and a burger, or chicken, and a little thing of fries. And then you got a toy. And you were just so happy. And I'm going from my experience, because I had the chicken nugget Happy Meal. I never had the burger one. Never, ever get the burger Happy Meal. I always got the chicken one. Happy Meal, chicken nuggets, and a Coke. That was my Happy Meal. It really was. That was my Happy Meal. Well, good news for those of us who are now adults! McDonald's is giving out adult Happy Meals starting in October. Woohoo! But it's only for a limited time. Damn it! Yeah. Happy Meals aren't just for kids. McDonald's has teamed up with the fashion streetwear brand Cactus Plant Flea Market to release an adult meal box, complete with a classic character toy. No. See, you want an adult Happy Meal. That's a big-ass burger, a large thing of fries, an adult beverage, and an adult toy. And I don't mean the things you'd find at Spencer's Gifts. No. Or your local adult shop. No. So one day you ordered a Happy Meal for the last time, you didn't even know it. That's what McDonald's said on its Facebook page. But the fast food giant's upcoming campaign will give adults a chance to revisit a part of their childhood. Technically, they could just order a Happy Meal and pick it up and just say that they're picking it up for their cousin or their nephew or their kids. The fucking employees aren't going to know. They just eat it in the parking lot. I have seen people doing that. I have seen it. There was a lady. There was one time I stopped at a McDonald's to get lunch. This would have been back when I was going to tech school. I stopped there. I got lunch the one day because we got out early. I was hungry. I had like $10 on me, so I stopped. I got a Happy Meal. Well, I didn't get a Happy Meal. I got I got a 10-piece nugget, large fry, and a drink. And the McDonald's that I went to, there was this little area over by this it was an abandoned movie theater. It's now a fucking chicken place. And I parked there and I ate my lunch. There was a lady in the car next to me, and she had a Happy Meal. Now, she was like my mom's age. She had a Happy Meal. Because I'm thinking to myself, okay, she's a kid at heart, or maybe, she can only have X amount of stuff, and the Happy Meal is, right there at the limit. Then I remembered that the Happy Meal that she had isn't the Happy Meal that I had as a kid. Because the Happy Meals now are mostly fruit and vegetables and, healthy options. Because, we want to protect the... when I grew up, it was just chicken nuggets, French fries, and a Coke. That was my fucking Happy Meal. That was my Happy Meal, damn it. Yeah. So starting this coming Monday through October 30th, McDonald's is going to offer the Cactus Plant Flea Market Meal Box, where adults can get a taste of childhood nostalgia. Oh, yeah. The box comes with a meal and a classic McDonald's character, Grimace the Hamburglar, Birdie, and newcomer, Cactus Buddy! Yeah, no, because when I saw what Cactus Buddy looked like, I almost threw up. That is disturbingly wrong. Cactus Plant Flea Market fans can also win merchandise by participating in a sweepstakes through the McDonald's app. I like this. We're taking one of the most nostalgic McDonald's experiences and literally repackaging it in a new way that's hyper relevant for our adult fans. You're just giving them the excuse to buy a Happy Meal and not be looked at like they're a pedophile. Let's just don't call a spade a spade. Let's just get right at it here, okay? That's what it is. Just call it what it is. If it's a spade, call it a spade. If it's a duck, it's a duck. If it quacks, it's a duck. If it looks like a duck and it quacks like a duck, it's a fucking duck. This is a fucking person that wants to buy a Happy Meal. What the hell? I mean, technically, this is the sad part that I want to stress this. So, for years, people were always complaining that that McDonald's was just massive fast food garbage, that's why people were getting obese and everything else. You do realize that adults could have bought the goddamn Happy Meal they could have just said, hey, I'm buying it for a kid. Hey, I'm buying it for my kid. They're at home, and I'm picking it up for them on my way home. Or, hey, I'm picking it up because I'm going to babysit, and this is going to be their meal because they don't have electricity today or something. You do realize that the portions are designed for kids. It was a small fry, either a burger and nuggets, and a small drink. You do realize that for a full-grown adult, that is a diet meal. That is a diet meal plan. You don't have to buy the double quarter pounder or the double Big Mac. No, it's simple. That is a perfect diet meal for an adult. Would have been the Happy Meal, but no, oh my God, no! Because when you're an adult, you get to buy the adult foods. Now you get to buy an adult Happy Meal. Yeah, okay. This isn't the first time, though, that McDonald's has teamed up with a big pop culture name to boost its sales. Back in 2020, it teamed up with American rapper Travis Scott, marketing his favorite meal, a quarter pounder, fries, and a Sprite. And in 2021, they released the Bts Meal, a collaboration with the South Korean boy band, BTS. I still don't understand what the fuck the name is, and I've never listened to their music, nor do I plan to. But, woo! There's gonna be an adult Happy Meal! You see how psyched I am now for this? I don't care! Like, it's not an adult Happy Meal. It's literally the same thing. So, what are you getting? It comes with a meal and a classic McDonald's character. Okay, so what meal are you getting in this? I mean, can I order a double quarter? So, can I get the Cactus Plant Flea Market Meal Box with the double quarter pounder? Like, so it's a double quarter pounder, and that's what I'm getting. This double quarter pounder, large fry, and a large drink, and I get this weird classic character toy. I mean, you're calling this the adult Happy Meal. I don't see anything adult about this other than the portion size is larger. Yeah, I get it. It's fun, but for the love of God. It's not an adult Happy Meal. Unless, I mean, I hate to say this, but when you think adult Happy Meal, you're thinking booze, you're thinking, like, big ass burger, big fry, big drink, and a happy toy that is geared for the adults. That's what I think of when I think of an adult Happy Meal. I do not think this. We want to give you the nostalgic feeling of going back in time and having your Happy Meal like you was when you were a kid. What was to stop me from just going to McDonald's and buying a goddamn Happy Meal and just buying the fucking Happy Meal, and I don't have to worry about you people thinking that I'm some type of a creepy-ass pedophile or something? It's like when I went to Walmart and I bought Tangled, I was getting fucking stares from the employees. They thought I was a fucking pedophile. I'm not joking. When I did that, because what happened was at the time, we had cable. Somehow we ended up having like a free preview of some stuff on the higher up channels with the digital channels, and I came across Tangled. Now I missed, I want to say the first 20-30 minutes of it. Both nights it was on. I missed like the first 20-30 minutes, but I caught the rest of it, and I'm like, this is really good. This is really good. That Monday, I'm looking for it. I'm checking FYE. I'm checking, Best Buy site. I'm checking FYE site. And I'm like, I'm going to check Walmart. I'm going to see if Walmart has it. Walmart had it. I'm picking it up at Walmart. It was like $14. I'm like, hey, I can swing that. I got $14. I'll buy that. I get looked at like I am a goddamn pedophile because I am picking up a Disney movie. Nothing about me was screaming, I'm creepy. Nothing about me was screaming, I'm weird. And it's like, oh my God, they're buying a Disney movie. They're an adult. They must be screwing children. No! I saw the movie over the weekend. I want to see what happens. I missed 20 minutes of it. What the hell? But no, when I hear adult Happy Meal, the first thing that comes to my mind is big ass burger, big ass fry, big ass drink, and an adult toy. That's what I hear. You want an adult Happy Meal? That's an adult Happy Meal. But again, what was to stop me from just going and getting a Happy Meal for the rest of my life? That was the perfect amount of food. That seriously was like the perfect amount of food. It was cheap, and it was the perfect amount of food because like it's not too much, but it's just enough. I know you can't see me putting my hands up in the fucking air, but I'm going like, well, what the hell? That was perfect. No, it's because you're stuck with the stigmatism that Happy Meals were for kids. Then they made it all healthy, where it's like, oh no, you get fruit slices now, like apple slices. I remember when I saw that commercial, I died inside. I died. I literally felt my heart shrivel up slightly. Because I'm like, you're kidding me. I almost started crying. I'm like, fruit slices. I want the French fries. It's like, What the French fries? What the fuck? But then again, this is my thing though with fast food restaurants. McDonald's has damn good chicken. Granted, there is a chicken place near me that has really good chicken. They cannot be beaten. It is the only one left in my area too. But McDonald's, McDonald's, Wendy's, McDonald's has good chicken. Burger King always had good fries. I will not argue that. No one will ever argue that. But Burger King had the better fries. McDonald's fries are okay, but Burger King's were better. But as far as, like, the chicken goes, McDonald's had the better chicken. Burger King had the better fries. But Wendy's kind of had the better... I want to say they had the better drinks, in a way. So it's like, that was the way it just comboed out. But still, it was just... Yeah, I was just, you know... When I hear adult Happy Meal, I do not think what they're pulling. Not in the least. But, oh well. Go get yourself an adult Happy Meal, kids! Alright, so this is interesting. This is the first time that anyone's seen fully how Pokemon cards are made. So, an internal video from the Pokemon Company reveals how cards are actually made, from the text list to the packed product, and unfortunately, you can't pull up the video. It's down as unavailable because it's a private video. And I have gone through every little thing I could find, but nope, it's marked down as private. You cannot pull it up. And I'm like, what the hell? So you need to be privileged to see this. But it's an internal video from the Pokemon Company that shows in never-before-seen detail exactly how a Western Pokemon set card is created. From the initial design to proofing and printing. And if you love those factory shots of items getting mass-produced, you're in for a fucking treat with this, according to the article. And some of the pictures that they have up here are pretty cool. There's a Charmeleon in the one picture. And it kind of shows like the design process. It's a single card that's in the editor, which is really cool. It's kind of, I'm not gonna lie, it is pretty cool. I have always wanted to make trading cards myself. In fact, I actually have made like 3 templates, but I've never actually gotten around to making trading cards. I would love to. I would really love to, but yeah. Yeah. But when it comes to printing though, it's really cool. So according to the article, it's not just impossibly huge sheets of the rarest cards that are being fed into giant chopping machines, but it's the intricacy in which they are checked at every stage. They even have a special little metal stick for measuring the borders of the cards. Surely something anyone who's lost out on a grade 10 due to centering can only be enraged at. Again, I'm going to say this till I'm blue in the face. You are never, ever, ever pulling a grade 10 out of a goddamn pack of cards. Ever. The only way you are ever getting a grade 10, the only way you're ever getting a grade 10 is it is literally coming right off the factory line. Because the minute it hits that pack, it's getting pushed together with all the other ones. They heat seal the ends together so that the cards can't slide out during shipping, and they're placed into a box, and they're jammed into that box. And I have seen those boxes when I worked retail. I have seen those boxes when they show up at the stores. They are packed to the brim. They are filled to the brim. You are not, in any way, shape, or form, getting a grade 10 out of those. It ain't fucking happening. Okay? It's not happening. It goes into detail, though, about the TCGO code cards or how the QR codes are checked, but sadly doesn't really get into why the hell they reveal whether a pack will contain a good or pull or not. Yeah. Well, they're not going to. I mean, they gotta keep some industry secrets. Doesn't give away how the selection of cards that enters the booster packs is done. Randomly. It's fucking random. I'm sorry. Ladies and gentlemen of the jury, Your Honor, people of the court of public opinion, allow me to specify this. When trading card packs are made, they are randomly assigned cards. So, let's go through all this. So they cut up all these into pieces. This is how I've always assumed it's done. Like I said, I cannot pull up that video. I would love to. Give me an idea. But how I've always assumed is that they go through, the cards are cut, they're all stacked into a thing. Did you ever see those deck shufflers that they have for, that they have with, that you can buy those. So you can stick like 2 decks of cards in and it'll shuffle them together. Okay. What it does is I always envision this. It pushes, there's like giant stacks of cards, okay? And a small thing of compressed air pushes out 1 or 2 cards from each section to get the X amount that it needs per pack. They go into the pack gets lowered, one end's already heat sealed, the other end gets heat sealed, and it goes off. That's how I've always seen it. So how does it do it? Random. Completely fucking random. You don't know which one is going to be getting to, like, okay, so there could be, let's say one of them is all the foil cards. That's the only difference. You'll have one side that'll be like all foil and the other ones that'll be regular. Okay? You have no idea which one is randomly going to pick to shoot out 2 cards. Or to shoot out 1 of that one and 8 of the other ones. You don't know. That's the entire deal of it. Okay? But there are a ton of fun numbers too. TCPI's production facility in Durham, North Carolina produces 26.62. By the way, that's a palindrome. Yeah. Well, you thought I forgot about those. Million cards per day. On a 120-foot long printing press that costs $8.5 million, while $2.5 million or 2.5 million packages are produced a day to put them in. And a good job too, given there are 10 per pack. Okay, so 10 per pack. Okay, so 10 cards. So you don't know which one's gonna give you. So like I said, it's random. It's how radio stations play their fucking music. They have the library of all the songs that they can play. It randomly selects one. It's how the shuffle works on your fucking music players. Come on, people. There's a bit of brain cells here. Oh. Pretty sure, wasn't that a palindrome? It's a palindrome, right? Yeah, it's a palindrome. Thank you, Phineas and Ferb. It's a palindrome. I was right. Yeah, palindrome. A word, number, or phrase, or other sequence of characters which reads the same backwards and forwards. So, 26.62 million is 26.62 million either way. So it's a palindrome. I knew I was right. It's a palindrome. I learned a lot from Phineas and Ferb, okay? I learned about aglets from Phineas and Ferb. No one can ever say you did not learn aglets from Phineas and Ferb. If you don't know what an aglet is, you have not watched Phineas and Ferb, okay? That's the end of that. What gets me, though, with this entire thing, well, you see the one picture in here. This is a screenshot from the Pokemon Company with all the boxes of cards. And they're all sitting in here. They get a full-on Raiders of the Lost Ark vibe with the warehouse, where the packed cards are stored. No, I'm getting more of a, oh my god, this is a massive fire hazard waiting to happen. Like one spark, one power surge blowing out those lights. And then it's, whoo, and everything goes up in flames, and all those cards are burned to the ground. That's what I fucking see. That terrifies me, okay? But yeah, that is the Raiders of the Lost Ark, without a doubt. Every single one of the larger boxes, 72 packs, 6 booster boxes. The camera pans to reveal just half of the warehouse, but guesstimating they're seeing around 2,000 boxes of those larger ones at around $140 a box. $140 for a booster box. They're looking at $120 million worth of Pokemon cards. I do like how the article here goes, who else has an idea for a heist movie? Yeah, that'd be a great idea for a heist movie. We're going to steal, okay, well, this company let me go. They make trading cards. We're going to steal them all. And then what? Sell them. Okay, moron, how are we going to sell $120 million worth of fucking Pokemon cards or these trading cards? Because they're released every single day. We just steal $120 million worth of the cards that are already out. They can't narrow it down to us because we bought the boxes. Yeah, they probably could, but still. It is pretty cool, though, seeing this. Definitely just impressive nonetheless. But like I said, you're never going to get a grade 10 out of a pack of cards. Never, ever, 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 ever will you get a grade 10. That is bullshit. Because the only way you are getting that is you are getting it right off the line. Like, it is not being touched by... It is barely touched by human hands. Like, they pick it up by the edges with a white glove on, and they put it in the acrylic holder and go, here you go. That is a grade 10. That is it. You are never getting a grade 10 the minute it hits that pack. Never. That is the end of that. But still, this is pretty cool. I wish I could pull up the video, but I do like the card designing screenshot that they have here, because like I said, I have been wanting to do like designing trading cards and stuff for a while now. I've been thinking about wanting to do that. Like I said, I have some templates up for it. Well, I have some templates that I made, but I have never gotten around to actually doing it, but God knows I would love to. I always wanted to make like my own little trading card set, but again, never really had the chance to do it, and probably sadly never will. But still, would have been cool. It would have been cool. It would have been cool. But, you know, shit happens, folks. I mean, shit happens for a reason. But that is pretty cool. If you're lucky enough to watch the video, please share with me in the comments what it is. Since I'm not privileged enough to see it. I'm not privileged enough. That hurts. Alright, so if you were hoping to be a pirate, if you were hoping to go yar har and arr your way to victory, unfortunately, Skull and Bones, I keep wanting to say Crossbones, but it's not that. Skull and Bones is not coming out just yet. Previously set to come out in November, two sources familiar with the game's development are telling Kotaku it's been delayed again, and Ubisoft confirmed it with the new release date of March 9th, 2023. No! Yeah, it's done. Ubisoft's facing another massive delay. First was Avatar, Frontiers of Pandora, and now it's Skull and Bones. And this is just horrifying to people that were hoping for this thing. I mean, it's pirates! It's pirates! Come on, pirates! Of course, it's not pirates in space. I would rather have pirates in space, but it's pirates! There's only so much you could do on the open sea, though. I'd rather have space pirates, you know? That'd be cooler. The reason for the latest delay isn't entirely clear, though, but it has come less than a month after the game was shown at Ubisoft Forward, the company's big 2022 gaming showcase. Kotaku understands that Skull and Bones' latest technical test ended on September 19th. According to one source who was involved, the gameplay was more refined than in previous tests, but overall player progression still seemed shallow. That's also been a concern shared by multiple sources involved in the game's development. Taking that Ubisoft has had issues with Assassin's Creed and some of their other games, I kind of think they're really wanting to beat the hell out of Q&A to make sure that this thing's rolling out perfect. So, yeah, I don't doubt that it was probably like a look. How does this feel? Really shallow. No. All right, well, we're going back to the drawing board. So originally this thing was announced in 2017 as a session-based multiplayer ship battler. Skull and Bones disappeared after 2018 and was subsequently delayed several times as the game was rebooted and retooled to focus more on crafting and survival sim elements. Yep, in the vein of games like Rust, when Skull and Bones was officially re-revealed earlier this year, footage focused on players completing missions to rank up their reputation, unlock new crafting blueprints, and then collect materials required to build stuff. Missing was any land combat or a clear sense of what the game's story would be. Graphics also weren't as impressive as some expected, especially for Ubisoft's first $70 release. Yeah, by the way, that's what games cost now with this new generation, $70. God, I miss the days when my video games only cost me $30, $40. Yeah, now they're $70, $80. Gotta miss those old days, man. Yeah. Part of the issue is the need to keep the game's ocean constantly loaded, leaving fewer resources for the higher fidelity cutscenes and other visual flourishes. So, it's back to the lab again. If anybody gets that reference, you will earn some brownie points with me if anybody got that reference. Back to the lab again. Yeah. As Kotaku reported back in 2021, Skull and Bones grew out of a concept for an Assassin's Creed 4 Black Flag expansion. However, Ubisoft Singapore, the studio in charge with leading the project, had never built a game of that scale before and struggled to hone in on a clear and feasible scope. Development issues were seemingly compounded by political infighting amongst team leads, conflicting directives from Ubisoft HQ, and a toxic studio leader. Some staff were also alleged instances of sexual harassment, and management failed to address an unequal pay between French experatives and local developers. Yeah. When Ubisoft eventually installed a new studio director and shuffled the old one back to its Paris office, basically, get the fuck out of here, go back over to here, we can keep a closer eye on you. Over there, they'll ram your ass home if you even step out of line. Here, we'll put somebody new in here, we'll shuffle some shit around. Yep. And claimed a marked improved workplace culture, Skull and Bones had continued to struggle. Some current and former Ubisoft developers speculated the game would have been cancelled long ago if not for the hundreds of millions spent on a contract with the Singapore government to eventually ship the game in return for a generous tax subsidies. Greed. Oh, Gordon Gekko did say in Wall Street that greed is good. I guess he wasn't wrong on everything. But Ubisoft is long overdue for a big release, with Skull and Bones dropping out of an already anemic year entirely. The publisher will be left with Just Dance 2022 and Mario plus Rabbids Sparks of Hope, and its only major holiday releases to help fill the gap. Ubisoft had hoped to release Assassin's Creed Mirage, the Assassin's Creed Valhalla expansion turned standalone game, but that was also delayed. And currently, the only other Ubisoft game with a firm 2023 release date is Valorant Hearts 2. Yeah, so they got nothing. They have nothing. So here's the official announcement from Ubisoft, as it was here. And I love how they worded this. This is funny. Ahoy there, privateers! Our team is hard at work polishing and balancing the experience ahead of the worldwide launch. As a result, we made the tough decision to move our release date to March 9th of 2023. We're very eager for you to all get your hands on Skull and Bones and dive headfirst into the dangerous and exciting world of building your own pirate empire. To give you the best possible experience, we've decided to take a little more time to make sure we can deliver exactly that. For the most eager of you, we are also very happy to announce that we will hold an open beta of the game in the near future. We'll share more news on how you can sign up to register soon. So keep your spy glasses trained on our social media for more news and announcements. Pirate voice was provided by me. I'm sorry, it literally screams you need to read that as a pirate. You need to read that in a pirate voice. They literally start off with ahoy. You have to read that as a pirate. You have the choice. But yeah, so it's been delayed. And it's, like I said, it's understandable with the backlash that a lot of these games have been getting lately, with CD Projekt Red's Cyberpunk 2077 getting that massively brutal ass-chewing out of the gate, with so many other games, especially the Madden games that keep popping out as just another, here's the year before, here's another, here's the year before, just, add in this, change this, and everything's still the same. I think Ubisoft's really trying to make sure that what they're putting out here is worth the time, effort, and money, because they know the gamers are getting pissed off, they know the gamers are getting sick and tired of this bullshit. They're probably thinking, you know what, fuck this crap, I'm tired of getting screwed in the ass, I'm tired of getting owned, I'm tired of spending $80, $90 on a game that I can beat in 2 fucking hours. that does not equate 45 hours of fun or $45 worth of fun. No way. And I can understand their frustration with that, and they're probably thinking, you know what? No, we want this to be good. And I kind of feel like that's what their issue is with this. So, yeah, perfection takes time. It's almost like I said back when I was working retail, and I made this comment to the one-store manager. I'm like, do you want it fast or do you want it good? Because you can't have both. If you want it fast, it's not going to look good. But if you want it good, it's going to take some time. You can't do both. If you want it good, it's going to take some time. If you want it fast, it's going to look like shit. So, it is what it is. But there you go. Still, though, hopefully now with the reshuffling of shit, maybe that's fixed some problems. Maybe Ubisoft will send over a couple other employees. They might hire some other people. Who knows? It might help them out. Maybe they can find some people from projects that might have been somewhat dead and say, hey, give them a hand on this. See what you can do to help them. And, try to help get the thing a little better off and a little more polished. But then again, you also have to be careful because too many people doing the same thing can ruin it. So, like I said, good things take time. And if this is going to be what they wanted to make, and they want to make this really good, it's going to take some time. That's an understatement. Completely understandable, but still an understatement nonetheless. It's going to take time, beyond a doubt. It's going to take time. Whole freaking heartedly. It will take time. So, there is that. But yeah, otherwise, yeah, that's about all I got for that. Still, it's not entirely bad. It's not all bad news. It's like, look, we just have to delay it because we want to fix it. There's issues that we're kind of feeling could be better, that kind of could be improved, that need to be improved, and I get that. They're not just saying, well, fuck this, we're just going to put it out here and hope and pray that everybody's happy with it. No, in this case, they're actually trying. They don't want it to just be god-awful and, oh, here, we're just going to throw this out there and here we go. No, they're not that horrified about it. They're not that bad about it. It's just, it's one of those, it's going to take time. It's going to take some effort. It's sort of like the joke from Team 4 Stars, DBZA. It took time, effort, lots of bodies, but I've done it. Immortality is my bitch. It's going to take time. That's all there is to it. Alrighty then, everybody, and that's going to do it this week for the absolutely, completely random podcast. Thank you all for tuning in. Hopefully I'll be back next week. Hopefully things will improve till next week. Who knows what could happen at this point anymore. But we don't know. We never know until we try. Or ironically, my old master used to say, do or do not, there is no try. But I kind of find that hard to do because you have to try in order to either do or do not. So, I don't know. But either way, until next time, I'm Andrew Rhodes. Q&A video for September went up on, I want to say Wednesday? Yes, Wednesday. So that went up Wednesday. So everything should be good. Check it out if you haven't yet. And until next time, I'm Andrew Rhodes. Don't forget, we have my Etsy shop, Simple Design by Andrew. There is the eBay page. I do have that Patreon. I didn't pitch it at the start of it, but I'm going to say here at the end because nobody follows this far down. Except for maybe Mom, because she listens all the way through. And, yeah. So until next time, I'm Andrew Rhodes, and I'm checking out. Catch you later. Bye, everybody.